Me, Alice, my partner in the kitchen, so she's head chef, and then I work front of house. And Alice has, maybe 15 years or so in kitchens, ranging from London fine dining to sort of casual, and then lots of variations on different places when we traveled. She kind of decided she'd take a few different bits and pieces in Melbourne or in Wellington to kind of broaden her horizons, and then travel through South America on the way home, because we'd always had a love of South American food, and that was just to kind of gain influence. And I think you'll always find that in her cooking, that we're very much focused on local and seasonal produce, but with influence from around the world. We could never really pinpoint exactly our style of cuisine, because we don't want to shoehorn ourselves into something. But that's the kind of, our focus is local, fresh, but with influence from around the world. I grew up in a country house hotel. It's been in my blood my whole life. I've had customers around, or guests, as I've always called them, around me since literally I can remember. And I've said it from early on. As soon as I got past the idea of wanting to be a train driver, it was, I want to open a restaurant. Neither of us are very academic. We were both, and so school was always a bit like, oh, don't know, what am I, and you kind of have to get to, university was the thing. We both kind of were like, oh, what do we do? And she found cooking, and I went through an arts degree and came out, worked in restaurants all the way. And I just knew it was like the academia is never going to work for me. It has to be something sort of not so creative from my side, but certainly customer focused, whereas Alice is just a creative girl. Yeah. So it's all about the creativity for her. You have to learn when to have your fights, and you have to learn when to just walk away. But it's also like, it's a privilege in a lot of ways. We get to spend a huge amount of time together. We don't have that sort of late evening, early morning, catching each other, climbing in and out of bed. It's like we spend all of our time together, and it is a learning curve, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, you're there for all the best bits. It's an amazing thing, and that's where I watched my parents do that their whole life, and they said, one of the things my dad always said was, theirs was a country guest house, and he said it was a real privilege. Never wealthy, but they raised their kids at home. They raised their kids in the house, the pair of them there all the time. My older sister Hannah does it now down in Roundwood in County Laois, and we'll do something similar. And it's a lifestyle choice. It's not anything other than that. We don't even see it as a career. It's a lifestyle choice. We spend all of our time in here, but we absolutely love it, and we've got a beautiful space to work in. So we're lucky in that sense.